best friends since childhood, but one night by the lake only one of them came home. Brookhaven was the kind of town where nothing truly bad was supposed to happen. The streets were lined with family-owned shops, neighbors waved from their porches, and teenagers spent long summer nights by the lake without much fear. It was the kind of place where best friends like Emily Carter and Sophie Lane could grow up believing the world was safe. Emily and Sophie were 19, inseparable since grade school. To anyone who knew them, they were sisters in spirit. They shared clothes, secrets, and the sort of unshakable bond people envied. Sophie was outgoing, the kind of girl who filled a room with her laugh. Emily was quieter, her soft-spoken manner often mistaken for innocence. Together they balanced each other perfectly, or so it seemed. That balance was shattered on a cool spring evening when Sophie vanished. She left her college campus after class, planning to grab a coffee before heading home. She texted Emily that she'd be back in time for their favorite show. But Sophie never walked through her front door again. Her car was found the next morning, parked neatly near the edge of Brookhaven Park. Inside were her purse, phone, and jacket. Everything except Sophie herself. The discovery sent a chill through the town. People whispered about kidnappings, predators, and strangers passing through. Parents warned their daughters not to walk alone. Candlelight vigils began almost immediately, and Sophie's smiling face was taped to lampposts and store windows across town. Police at Emily and Sophie had often gone to talk. Beneath a pile of branches, they found Sophie's body. The autopsy revealed blunt force trauma to her head. She hadn't been assaulted or robbed. Whoever killed her had done so in anger. Suspicion shifted immediately back to Emily. The shy, bookish girl who had cried on television, clutching Sophie's photo and begging for her return, suddenly seemed less like a grieving friend and more like someone hiding something. Detectives noticed small cracks in her story, where she claimed she'd been, the timing of her texts, the inconsistencies in her account of that night. When pressed in the interrogation room, Emily broke. She admitted she'd asked Sophie to meet her at the lake to clear the air about Liam. The talk spiraled into shouting. Sophie told Emily to grow up, to stop clinging. In a flash of rage, Emily grabbed a rock and struck Sophie. Panic consumed her. She dragged her best friend's body off the trail, covered it with branches, and went home as if nothing had happened. The news of Emily's arrest stunned Brookhaven. Parents who had once pointed to Emily as a role model now struggled to explain to their children how she could have done something so unthinkable. At Sophie's vigil, candles flickered against tear-streaked faces, not only in grief for Sophie but in disbelief at the betrayal. In the end, the story of Sophie Lane was not about a stranger lurking in the dark. It was about jealousy festering between two girls who had once promised to stand by each other forever. Emily Carter, with her innocent face and quiet demeanor, had crossed an invisible line, turning friendship into fatal envy. Brookhaven would never be the same. Trust felt thinner. Shadows seemed longer. And every time someone glanced at the lake, they remembered the night the town's brightest friendship was extinguished by one of its own.